Hey guys, and welcome to this YouTube jazz guitar lesson. In this lick I've got a really cool diminished pattern that I'd like to show you. This diminished pattern is used all the time in jazz improvisation, and guitarists such as Joe Pass and Rennie Thomas like to use it, and John Coltrane, the great tenor saxophone player John Coltrane, liked to employ this pattern in his solos as well, so it's worth learning for sure. If you'd like to get the tab and notation for this pattern that we're going to be looking at, I use this pattern to create two minor 2-5-1 licks in my licks ebook called 50 Essential Jazz Guitar Licks. So if you'd like to get the tab, notation and audio for this lick, they can be found in my 50 Essential Jazz Guitar Licks ebook in the minor 2-5-1 section. So if you'd like to find out more information about that, I've got a link at the bottom of this video which explains all about that ebook, and it's even got an audio example of one of the licks that's not included in this lesson on the website as well, so check that out if you'd like to get the tab, notation and be free. So in this lesson I'm going to show you how to play this diminished pattern, kind of going horizontally down the neck, moving it down in minor thirds, and all in one position as well, and some of the different ways in which you can adapt it. So without further ado, let's get zoomed in and let's learn how to play the one diminished pattern that every guitarist should know. I hope you enjoy the lesson. The diminished pattern that we're going to be looking at in this lesson comes from the half-whole diminished scale. This scale is exactly where it says on the tin. It's a diminished scale formed by moving up a half step, then a whole step. So if we take the note G, located on the 5th fret of the D string, we go a half step above that, we have A flat, a whole step above that is B flat, a half step is B, a whole step is D flat, a half step is D, a whole step is E, a half step is F, and then we're back at G again. So I recommend you learn the scale this way first by the notes and the formation. It makes you really understand it playing on one string before going into set patterns. However, once you know the notes and the theory behind the scale, I recommend we work out a nice little position to learn it in as well. So the position I'm going to use in this lesson starts on the same G note, 5th fret of the D string, goes to the A flat on the 4th fret of the D string, and then rather than go to the B flat on the D string again, we go to the 3rd fret of the G string instead. So G, A flat, B flat, B, then we're going to go to a C sharp, then a D, E, F, G. So you can see how it's got the same notes as a single string, but just in a more convenient position. And what's going on here is we're starting on the E note, 12th fret of the top E string, and we're going E, then D, then G, then an F. So make sure this pattern is really smooth under your fingers. Practice it a few times and get the speed up, because all you do is move this pattern down in minor thirds. So the first one starts on E, a minor third below that is C sharp, a minor third below that is the B flat, and then finally the last minor third below B flat is a G. So you get this pattern, E, D, G, F, move it down a minor third, start in C sharp. You don't really have to think about the notes as long as you've got that first note locked in, then to a B flat, and finally to a G. And then you can resolve it to a C major 7 if you want, going to the 3rd of the C major 7 chord. Besides using this pattern on two strings, you can use it in one position. For example, if we start the pattern again, 12th fret of the top E string on the E note, rather than go to the C sharp there and playing the next 4 notes, you can do the pattern here and then go to the C sharp on the B string. And play down the rest of the lick there. And sometimes that might be a bit more convenient rather than jumping all over the neck, to have it in one position. And the cool thing about doing this is you can play it in one position and you can start on different notes from the initial pattern. Remember, the initial pattern we looked at, it started on E, C sharp, B flat, G. So I've just played it then starting on E. If I then start it on G, it'll work over a 2-5-1, but we're finishing on a different note. This time we're finishing on a G, which is cool because that's not as descriptive as finishing on an E note. When we finished on the E note on the first one, we're really implying resolving to 1 chord, but we're putting altered dominant tensions on the 5 chord, but finishing on that E note really suggests a major chord, whereas finishing on a G, I guess it could work over a major chord, or it could work over a minor chord as well. It's not quite as descriptive as using it over E. And you'll find that starting this pattern on all the different degrees, all the minor thirds, will give a different effect, and it's worth experimenting with them and checking them out. When you're practicing this pattern, it works really good with some other 4-note harmonic devices such as Coltrane patterns. If you'd like to know more about Coltrane patterns, I've got a video on this YouTube channel which explains what they are in full detail. And there's a really great example of this lick being used in conjunction with Coltrane patterns by Joe Pass on a song called CED, in which he goes up, Coltrane patterns, then comes back down, the diminished pattern that we looked at, and it's a really great study to look at. It's pretty fast if you listen to the original recording, but I have got tab and notation for that lick on my website as well, so I'll include that in the description below, so you can check that out if you want to. So thanks again anyway for checking out this lesson. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's been useful and it shows you how to get some more musical applications out of the diminished scale. You know, this diminished scale seems to be kind of a foreign thing for most guitarists, so I hope this really demystifies the half-whole diminished scale. Now it's actually used by jazz musicians. So if you enjoyed this lesson and like this video, please use the like button below and give it a like to help support the channel. And I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to this channel as well. That way you'll get all the free access to the new jazz and blues guitar lessons that I post, so you won't miss any. So thank you again for checking out this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. See you later.